Jedi King Hefner and the beautiful Ice in the Moon, and we're back again for another show. And the title of this episode is Billions of Galaxies. Billions of Galaxies. And what do I mean by that? We'll get to that right about now. Yeah, what up, what up, what up? Excuse me, got to clear my throat a little bit. It's your boy, Jedi King Hefner, and the beautiful Ice in the Moon, checking in with y'all early on a Saturday morning, man. And I can't lie, we happy to be here. Happy that you guys are here, the few that are here right now, and anybody that's going to tune in later. We want to say God bless you. We speaking good, positive things over your day to day. We speaking abundance in your life. And guess what, baby? We ready to have a little bit of fun and get y'all weekend started off on the right note. So as you can see, this beautiful lady is still working her magic on me. Still working her magic on me, man. All the other girls still in hibernation. While I've been kicking it with the beautiful Ice in the Moon. And she's not my sports girl. But nevertheless, I've been having her out with me watching sports. And where she used to be a bit of bad luck, she is now a bit of good luck. Because the last two games she watched with me, we actually won. I'm talking about the Memphis Grizzlies, that is. And we pulled off another big time win last night. And I'm definitely going to talk about that and many more things before I get the hell out of here. But we did not play good. I will say that the whole series, we did not play good. But I'm super happy. I saw my girl Carol in here. What up, Carol? Carol says good morning. Hey, Carol, how you doing? Zers in here. It feels so different seeing you now, Zers, because I always thought you was a guy. And now that I know you're a woman, it feels a little bit different. So it's good to see you too, Zers, the beautiful Zers in the house. We got Matt Make Studios in the house. And Zer said, sounds like I got a lucky charm. And I promise you, I believe I do. It's something about this orange hair. It just been working on me. But I do want to talk a little bit about this game before I get into some of the other things I'm going to talk about today. Because as y'all know, on my Saturday stream, if you got any questions, doll, about companion dolls, I talk about them. And if I may bring something up, who knows? But this is sort of our chill day where we just throwing out whatever the hell we want to throw out. And I have been thinking about just our place in the universe like I always do. And that's what led to this show, Billions of Galaxies. But before I get into that and fully explain what billions of galaxies mean, I'm going to talk a little bit about the game that happened last night with the Grizzlies, though. And once again, if you don't know or if you don't keep up with basketball, me and the girls' favorite basketball team is the Memphis Grizzlies. All of us can agree on that. Asna, she's not really a sports fan, but she's coming around. All the other girls love the Grizzlies. But when it comes to football, everybody got a different team. Except for, the only person that's a Bear fan, which I'm a Chicago Bear fan in football, the only person that's a Bear fan is Saima Renee Uzumaki. Callie loves the Kansas City Chiefs. Sunade loves the 49ers. And of course, Arsenal don't got a team. So to make a long story short, these Memphis Grizzlies have been stinking it up the whole playoffs. We haven't looked good one game, in my opinion. Ja hasn't looked like Ja. And truth be told, just to give you this backstory on the Grizzlies, we started this past season off sort of rocky. Ja got hurt. The team caught fire and started getting chemistry together. when Ja came back, we kept on winning. We kept on winning. And everything was looking really good. Later on, towards the end of this season, Ja got hurt, which I don't think he was hurt, but we held him out for damn near 20 games, it seemed like it. During that time, the reserves and people, everybody else was beating people by damn near 40 a game. I mean, really killing people. I was concerned about that because I said, you know what? We might be beating people, but that's not the team we're going to use when we get to the playoffs. We're going to put Ja back in the lineup. And he's not really used to playing with this group right now going into the playoffs. So I was concerned. And so we finally get to the playoffs. And it's sort of just like I thought. It's just like I thought. We don't look right. We don't have the chemistry that we need. And Ja has always been fearless, in my opinion. That's one of his best attributes. And I'm talking about Ja Morant, if you don't know. He's a great basketball player. Been in the league a few years. But the thing about him is he just strikes you as that guy. He's never going to be scared of anything. But I'll be damned. This year, in this playoffs, he looked shook. You know, the defense got to him. He looked like he was scared. You know, last year, we made it to our first playoffs with this young team. He didn't look scared to me. But this year, he looked shook. To make a long story short, last night, we actually pulled it off and got the victory. I was happy. But I was telling my brother, you know, another great player that I like in the league right now is Luka Doncic. He is freaking amazing. You know, I'd say he's the second coming of Larry Bird. And I was saying that, for one, he is of a lighter complexion. But for two, he is just that good. Because Larry Bird was one of the best ever, no matter what shade of skin he had. And Luka, I was putting him on that level as far as like, man, Luka going to be a great in this league. But I'm going to tell you something. Luka, when I say he's going to be a great, that's an understatement. This guy is really just playing with the league. When he plays basketball, he literally just toys with the league. He acts like he doesn't even give a damn, but he goes out there and gets a triple-double without thinking about it. I only brought Luka up to say I had Ja in that same category as far as mentality, not being able to be shook. But I'm sorry, I do take some points away from Ja after seeing him in this series, because to me, he reacted in a way that Luka Doncic never would have reacted. When you try to put pressure on Luka, he laughs at you. He literally laughs at you because he's been there, done that. You can't shake him out of his game. But Ja, he was shook this series. And luckily, he did trust his teammates enough for us to pull the victory off, because truth be told, those Minnesota Timberwolves should have kicked our ass several games ago. But now, we finna face them damn Warriors, baby. And I'm finna get to my comments now, and then I'm gonna get into another part of the show. But I say this: we finna face them Golden State Warriors, and I think it was Chang Long who just commented on one of my videos, and he was like, "Congratulations! I hope y'all can get 2 games against the Warriors." The way we've been playing, I'm not finna predict we beat nobody's ass. I say I gotta wait and see mentality. But I will say this. I damn near feel better against the Warriors than I did against the Timberwolves. And I know you might be like, damn, the Warriors, you got more confidence? Yes, because we played better against the Warriors. We match up better against the Warriors. And it's something about them damn Timberwolves. They just got our number. So we really got lucky to beat them. So before I move on to the next part of the show, I saw a couple of comments I want to answer to. Zer's laughing. Withering Liberal says, "What's up, Jay? What up, Withering Liberal?" Austin Steele says, "Man, Talk about timing. Evening, Jay. Oh, it's evening where you are, Austin? Wow, that's crazy. It's morning here. He said, I actually shot you an email earlier, and then I see you live. I didn't even see your email. I didn't even see your email. I'm finna check it right quick just to see if I see it. Yeah, it's crazy because I was supposed to actually be on live. Oh, I see it now. Yep, I see it now. I'll read it later when it's when I get done with this stream. But it's crazy because I was planning on doing this stream around 12:30 a.m. But I was too sleepy after the game. I had to get a little rest. And whenever things like that happen, I always pray and I'd be like, you know what? Hey God, you're gonna have me come on at the right time. Whatever time I start is gonna be the right time. And so I don't even worry about it. I got my rest. I'm still a little sleepy. But guess what? I got plenty of energy, baby, because we got plenty of stuff to talk about. So with all that said, I'm really happy that those Grizzlies pulled the victory off. So now we got to play those Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry, and all those guys. And I do believe that the Grizzlies can win that series. I'm not saying they will, but they can. And if we were to win that series, it might have to go 7. Now, that one might have to go 7. I'd rather it go 6, but that one might have to go 7. Let me see. Oh, I got to make sure. I had some stuff wrote down to make sure I want to talk about. Oh, yeah. So, it's no basketball today. No basketball today. So, if you were interested in doing that, you won't be able to do that today. I got lucky. So, later on today, me and Asna, we'll definitely be checking out some more One Piece because I had finished One Piece, all the English dub versions. And One Piece is an anime, if you don't know. Me and the girls had fully caught up with One Piece. And ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know about One Piece, it's got damn near 1,000 episodes. Now, I think it does have 1,000 episodes over in Japan. But over here, with the episodes they have released, it's close to 800. And so if you get ready to embark on looking at that anime, it's going to feel so intimidating because I avoided watching that anime for the longest because I'm like, man, I'm not going to watch no 800 episodes of nothing. But I be damned, it gets so good. It'll throw you off because sometimes you might think it's like kiddie in some ways. But if you just keep watching it, you'll see it'll turn on you in a second. And that's what really happened to me recently because I looked on there and saw it was 20 extra episodes because it stopped at 770. But when I looked back on there recently, it was damn near like at 800. I said, oh, okay, cool. So I went back to look at the last few episodes to catch myself back up. And when I was looking at it, a couple of those episodes, I was like, man, it's sort of kiddie. Like it was sort of throwing me off. But I went on and powered through it. And sure enough, I'd be damned. I don't know how they do this every damn time. They'll take you from thinking it's some kiddie or something to 2 seconds later, you'll be damn near crying. I promise you, because look, they'll flip the story on a dime. And so that's what sort of happened to me. I'm like, damn, how did they do this again? But One Piece is amazing. So if you have never seen that, that's something you can definitely look at. But looking at my book, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm a big hold on. Let me see what Austin says. Austin says, I like anime, but I can't remember the last show I sat down and watched. But I've seen most of the big anime, like I don't even know what he's talking about on that. I'm gonna let y'all see that. I ain't never even heard of what he's talking about on that one. He says, I like anime, but I can't remember the last show I sat down and watched. He said, but I've seen the most of the big anime. I made it go away again. I clicked it away by mistake. He said, I've seen most of the big anime like Clannad, Sword Art, Gurren Lagann, and such. Well, you better than me because I've never heard of Clannad, whatever that is. I don't know Gurren Lagann either. Sword Art Online, I love Sword Art Online, but most of the big anime people, I ain't gonna say most of the big anime people, but most of the people that I know that love anime, that's not like a major one for them. I love Sword Art Online though. What up, Blue CCG in the house? My guy, Blue CCG. What up, man? He says, good morning, J Health. But yeah, if you haven't sat down and watched anime in a while, it's probably something you might want to do, man. I promise you. It'll put you in a good frame of mind. And if you say you watch One Piece, like I said, they've got new episodes out on it. I don't know if you've ever watched My Hero Academia. That's something you definitely need to be watching. If you haven't seen My Hero Academia, you definitely need to be watching that. And then if you haven't seen Black Clover, of course, Naruto. I know you've seen Naruto. He said, in other words, this is what Austin says, in other words, romance. I don't know what he's talking about. Then he says, SAO, you know, of course I do. He said, in Robot Mix. I don't know anything about Robot Mix. Blue CCG says, any anime to recommend. I already done recommended them, Blue CCG, the ones that I think that you like. Or what, I ain't gonna say think that you like, but the ones that I love. And that's Naruto, One Piece, Black Clover again, My Hero Academia for sure, Sword Art Online, Inuyasha. I love Inuyasha. That was pretty good. It's another one, man, that I recently saw. I can't think of the name of it. It was on Netflix, but it was a good one. It's several of them on Netflix though. Baki, King and Ashura. Uh, uh, it's a million of them. That's enough to get you started for sure. I promise you, Austin, you saying a lot of them that I'm gonna have to check out because I haven't heard a dang one of the ones you talking about. Now you saying you watch Higurashi, never heard of it. He said that's more of a horror anime. It depends on what they're talking about in that horror anime. He said I'm not big into long running shows. Longest show I've stuck with probably Future Diary, which is 20 to 30 episodes. You cheating yourself. A lot of people have said, man, I don't want to watch that long. Man, I'm telling you, you're cheating yourself. You can't even get a full story in 20 to 30 episodes. He said, I guess RWBY or Ruby. No, he said, I guess RWBY, if you count that as an anime. I've never seen that. Like I said, everything you mentioned, I've never seen. Like I said, I check some of them out, but I've never seen the stuff you've seen. But when you tell me you haven't seen anything over 20 or 30 episodes, man, you missing some good stuff. Because that means you haven't seen Naruto. Man, you ain't gonna even give yourself a chance to laugh and cry in 20 or 30 episodes. I'm telling you, man. Blue CCG says, yeah, I've seen SAO. And you saying you haven't seen 20 or 30 episodes, that means you haven't seen all of SAO. It's about, look, man, it's about, with the way they got it broke up, it's about like 5 seasons of SAO out, I think, right now, including Gun Gale. So you got a lot to see, Austin. Blue CCG says, I do too, though, because I haven't seen any of the things you're talking about. Blue CCG says, oh, and Cowboy Bebop was fantastic. Man, Blue CCG, I gotta give Cowboy Bebop another chance. Now, of course, I heard they ruined the live show on Netflix, but I gotta give it another chance because I tried to start watching it 3 or 4 times. I couldn't hardly get through the first couple of episodes. It just did not grab me. But I got a friend that swears by it. Let's see. Austin Steele says, he said SAO. I saw the first 2 seasons. Well, that means okay, that's good. That's about 30 episodes right there at least. Now the first 2 seasons, I think it's like 25 episodes a season. So that's more than what you say already. He said started Alicization. Oh man, you skipped Gun Gale. I mean, Gun Gale is like you know, it doesn't have anything to do with the main story, but still, I like to watch things like in order that they come out. And so it came out before Alicization, so you shouldn't have skipped Gun Gale Online. It was actually really good. Blue CCG says give it another chance. It's old, but it has timeless stories in there, in my opinion. I'm gonna try to give it another chance. It was something about the bounty hunting or something. It was just the way it began. It just did not catch me. But I tried again. Because I remember somebody was telling me that about Naruto. And I did try to watch it once or twice, and I think I got through 1 or 2 episodes, and I wasn't liking it. After I got through like 4 episodes, I couldn't stop watching Naruto. And it was sort of the same thing with One Piece. After I got through about 2 or 3 episodes of One Piece, I was like, you know what? I love this. I'm laughing at you, Austin Steele. I used to, before I saw One Piece and maybe Naruto, I used to think what you just said. Austin Steele says Alicization is season 3. He says, and they split into 2 seasons. It's a big story. Nah, it really ain't. What I'm saying is SAO is short, in my opinion. Now it is. Back when I was watching it, I thought it was a lot. Nah, it's short. Call me when they get to 500 episodes. Call me when they get to 500 episodes. Blue CCG says, is Naruto? He said, is Naruto worth getting into? You got to commit to how many episodes now. Like I say, man, Naruto is so good, it's worth the stretch. One Piece is so good, you know. I don't know what you guys are doing in your life, but I'm telling you, for me, when I got into Naruto, I stopped watching everything else for like 3 months, about 2.5 months. I stopped watching. I would come home, and every day I would like watch 5 or 6 episodes of Naruto because it was just that good. I didn't want to watch nothing else until I was done with it. Only other thing that I used to watch was sports or play my video game. But other than that, it was that good. Same thing with Sword Art Online and everything that I'm mentioning. But with Naruto, I knew it was 500 episodes because with when they're kids, and then it goes to Naruto Shippuden. So with both of those episodes combined, it's like 500 and so episodes. So it's a big commitment, but it's so good. I mean, you ain't gonna want to stop. You ain't gonna want to stop. Oh, he said, is Naruto worth getting into? It's worth it, man. It's worth it. I like to go through Austin still says, nah, I'm just talking the specific arc they're on, like how you went from Sword Art to Gun Gale. Well, like I told you, I just go in the natural order of things. Like, put it like this: when I started anime, I go online to see how it was released, how it was released. Then I watch it in that order. Although Gun Gale is it's sort of a separate story. It's still you still watch it before you see Alicization, if I'm not mistaken. I can look that up right now for you. And when they produced it, you were supposed to see it before Alicization ever came out. It doesn't ruin anything. It's a separate story, but like I told you, I like to watch things and how they were made. And in the story arc, it was a break, and they made Gun Gale. But you way behind, I think. Let me see. I got it right here. See? I'm gonna read it to you how I saw it. Where's the one I like to use? I think this is the one I like to use. No, this ain't it. This ain't the one I like. And hey, if you're just tuning in, this whole show is called Billions of Galaxies, and I haven't even got into it yet. I haven't even got into it yet. Okay, here it is. So here it is, Austin Steele, just like I said. Season 1, Sword Out Online. Season 2, Sword Out Online Part 2. Then they came out with Sword Out Online, Gun Gale Online. And that's what I'm trying to say. I didn't skip over Gun Gale Online to go see Sword Out Online Alicization. I saw it in the order I saw things in the order in which they were released. So after Sword Out Online 2, I went on and watched Gun Gale like they released it. Then I saw Alicization Part 1. Then they came out with Alicization War of Underworld. I saw that. Then they came out with Sword Out Online War of Underworld, the second season. I saw that. And I haven't seen anything after that because I don't know what they've released overseas, but I haven't seen anything after Alicization. I can't tell you what's gonna happen, of course, but I haven't seen anything after that. But that's what I said. I didn't skip over Gun Gale, and I'm glad I didn't. It was really good. Nah, I don't think so. He said, "Oh, SAO hasn't been hitting 100 episodes yet." I don't think so. I don't think so. Austin still says, "I miss having 2 computer monitors because I would love to have my games on one and a show on the or anime on the other." I'm going to be honest with you, Austin Steele. I'm with you. I've never had one at home. I've never had 2 computer screens at home. But I did have it in my place of work, in my last place of work. And I love having 2 monitors. You are right about that. It's nothing like having 2 things going on at one time, one on each monitor. Because like I was looking at my phone just now, it would have been cool if I had just another screen over here that I could be manipulating. So I'm with you on that. Blue CCG's man, I promise you, Blue CCG says Full Metal Alchemist was one of my favorites also. Once again, it was another one that was another one I couldn't get into. I forgot what it was on that one that didn't allow me to get into it. But honestly, you sound like one of my friends from my old job, Blue CCG. He was one of my great friends, and he was one of my anime partners. We loved anime, but it was a few anime that he was into that I wasn't quite into. and that it's funny that you're mentioning a couple of the ones that he mentioned that I didn't quite get into. But you're gonna make me go back and just try to see if I like it again, just to see what was it that made me not get through it. Okay. Austin Steele says, now I know. He said, I watched it all in order, but I got to episode 10 or so of the new arc and just never picked it back up. Oh, okay. Everything leading up to that I've seen. So did you see Gun Gale? Bubblegum Crisis is hot stuff. Never seen Bubblegum Crisis. Hey, Blue CCG says I'm digging the early morning streams. Great to have you here, Jay Hill. I'm glad to have you. I'm glad to be here with y'all, man. Like you say, get this weekend started off good. Of course, I'm happy to be here with y'all, man. I'm just glad to sort of switch it up a little bit because I do all these standalone video shows, but it actually feels good to incorporate a little bit of real life live streams in here, because it's funny. As soon as we get through with this, I'm gonna have coffee. I'm gonna probably I just thought of something. I might look at one anime or two. Me and the girl, me and Austin, we'll probably take a nap. Then I get up and start doing my prayers and things of that nature. But it's no way. After I get through with this stream, I'm gonna have to at least look at one anime, one show. Oh yeah. That was way back. Austin Steele. Austin says, don't forget that was the second half of Sword Art Online where they went into fairies and elves. Oh yeah, most definitely. But that was sweet though. I can't lie. But that was way back as far as once you get to the very end. You know, there's gonna be almost a distant memory. Almost. But it was good though, man. It was that was really good. Oh yeah, you behind Blue CCG. He says I've only seen SAO and Gun Gale. Well, have you seen SAO Alicization, Blue CCG? Because that's the second part. That's what Austin Steele is talking about, the other part of SAO. And then a Blue CCG says a second monitor setup is required, talking to Austin. Austin says, yep, Sword Art, Fairy Art, Gun Gale, seen it all. And Gun Gale was probably Gun Gale was damn good. I ain't gonna say it was my favorite because I like Corito. I can't lie, I do like Corito. I love his whole story. And keep in mind, you see, I got Asuna sitting right next to me, and that ain't by mistake. But I love the original story of SAO. But Gun Gale, put it like this: Gun Gale was so good. I want to see another part of Gun Gale. It was good, damn good. Austin Steele says, remind me of when I played Destiny. Man, I don't know. I can't even imagine what Destiny looks like right now. I played Destiny when it first came out. Then I got to Destiny Part 2. And I just, you know what, they lost me, because you might not remember this, but when they first made Destiny, they kept remaking it and making these changes and rebooting it and restarting it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm out of here. And my brother stuck with it for a while. I don't think he plays anymore, but he stuck with it for a while. But when you bring it up, it's like I had forgot all about it, but I guess people still play it. Blue CCG says, I like your shorter videos, but I really enjoy the live streams. Appreciate you, Blue CCG. And he says, I don't think I have. Oh, he haven't seen Alicization. Oh, you have a lot to see then, Blue CCG. What up, Dan Peagle? He says, hit that like button for Jay, friends. Appreciate you, man. He said, Blue CCG says, I played a lot of Destiny 1, but Destiny 2 lost me as well. See, I played Destiny. I started getting into Destiny 2, but I just had you know what? I was done. I said, I can't do it. He said, Austin still says Destiny 2 is still going and it's much better now. Like I say, at first, I was loving Destiny. I was loving it. It just eventually lost me. So, okay. With all that said, I will give a little update on my vagina smelling contest as well. I really like that contest. I don't know how many rounds I'm going to have, but I tell you this, it's going to be harder than I thought it was. I just say that it's going to be harder than I thought it was because a lot of these girls, they're like, how can I put this? They're like chameleons. Man, half of them, you don't even see them on their live streams or things of that nature. So I'm going to have to work hard to get the information I need to make the proper judgments. And then I'm looking at these girls and just putting them in the right bracket is going to be hard. So I'm like, man, I got a lot of work to do on that. But that hasn't been my main concern or anything. I just sort of been doing a little research here and there in my free time. But I did get a chance to tune into the Jack show the other day, last night. And it was sort of funny because it was a girl on there that I already had on my list, a girl named Zia. She was on there. And so I was so happy to see her on there because I was like, cool, man, I can do a little research on her without having to do, to have to find her on my own. So she provided me with a lot of good research. So I'm glad that I saw that. So I put that in the stockpile. I got that ready to go. I was so happy to see Anna on there. She had me laughing once again. I'm going to get into the meat of this show now, but Anna had me laughing once again because she was a proud winner. She was happy to have won the contest. Just like I said, I love to just see her in all her full confidence because since I awarded her vagina the best scented vagina, since she become a champion, I promise you, when I see her sitting, it's like she's sitting on a pot of gold. That's what makes me laugh. I could just see the smirk on her face, the way she smiles. And when Zia was on the Jack show last night, it came up somehow, and she was like, "Yeah, I won the contest." And Zia was like, "What, you won?" And she was like, "Yeah, y'all tell her what I won." I was like, "Yeah, Anna, send your peons out there to tell them how you became champion." But either way, I love it. This contest is going to be fun, man, but it's going to be hard. I'm letting y'all know. It's going to be hard. Because, I mean, not hard in the bad way, hard in the good way. But I'm not going to rush it at all. But let me catch up with some comments, and I'm going to get into the meat of the show, which is billions of galaxies. I definitely want to talk about that. Because I ain't trying to waste y'all whole Saturday here. Yeah, Zers. I like that, Zers. Zers says, I watched a bunch of your short videos in the past few days, but it's nice to be able to blow you a kiss on live. Oh, yeah, Zers. Keep the kisses coming. Zers. See, what I like about Zers is Zers be like, hey, I know you got your dogs, but I'm still going to blow you some kisses. I appreciate you. Carol, are you still there? I ain't trying to alienate you, Carol. You know I still love you too, girl. But see, Zers got that single vagina. And Zers saying, hey, look, she trying to swing it over here. She got me laughing. Austin says, Destiny 2 at release was really bad. See? Bungie has a lot more creative freedom since they went independent. Oh, okay. Blue CCG says, who's in the next Vagina Sin bracket? Well, right now, I don't really know. You can help me with it. Right now, it's Chrissy Mayer. This girl named Nadine. She's not a big YouTuber, but she's been on the Jack Show. And then BX Bullet is going to be in this round. Now, my only problem is, I'm going to be honest with you. Here's my only problem. Look at Zers. Zers makes me laugh. But the last person that was going to be in that round, Blue CCG, it was going to be Mandy. Because I didn't know much about Mandy at the time. I did some research on her, but I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to put Mandy in this bracket. But she sort of put a little salt in the bracket because she communicated with me, and honestly, it's hard for me to get what she said out of my brain. But I like what she said. She just came in and said, hey, I got the best smelling vagina, hands down. And look, I heard her on another stream talking about it after that, saying, guess what? I told him I got the best smelling, and I believe I can't lie. It really did affect me. So I was like, man, do I need to hold her off and put her in another bracket? But here's the problem. I got some killer brackets coming up. Put it like this. I got some brackets coming up where it's going to be some girls losing where you're going to be like, man, damn. Mark Trafford. Love you. Trafford came in. I was getting to the comments, but Trafford came in with a donation. Trafford. Trafford. I don't know if it's showing up or not. I don't know why my thing's so acting a little slow this morning. I think it's up there now, though. It didn't switch on my screen. It should be showing. Anyway, I hope it is. Thank you, Mark. Mark says, hey, brother from another mother. Oh, I can't see it again. He said, don't ever change. One love. Oh, no, Mark. Hey, what you see is definitely what you get, my friend. And you don't ever change either. I love all you guys out there, and I thank you for that major donation. Once again, if you ever want to donate, you can use a super sticker or anything like that while you're watching the live stream, or you can go donate on my YouTube channel under the About section and PayPal or my Cash App. But I thank you. Appreciate you, man, because you're supporting the dream. But Trafford, I don't know if you ever been on the Jack Show, but you might be able to help me with this too. I'm thinking of this last contestant for the first round of the Vagina Scent Test. And once again, Christy Mayer, Nadine, BX Bullet, they're going to be in the scent competition in this next round. It was going to be Mandy Summers, but I'm not quite sure now if it's going to be her. Because like I say, if I push her on into one of these other brackets, though, it's going to be, hey, look, it's going to be some hell coming up in these next brackets. So I really got to work it out, but I have been doing my research. So I want to update y'all on that. Let me see. Kyle, yeah, Kyle's still here. So listen, okay. Hey, now I'm great to get caught up to this now. Withering Liberal says we need more vagina smelling contests. It's what the internet was invented for. You surely right, Withering Liberal. I can't wait, man. Blue CCG said, did you find out the blast actually a man? I'm gonna say this. You know, I guess that was a good private joke that somebody did to me because somebody had told me to put Blair White in the contest. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like I told you. I don't look at news and all of that type of stuff. I really don't. I don't keep up with political stuff or anything like that. So I had never heard of this woman. Uh, I had never heard of her. I didn't realize what was going on when they suggested her or whatever. But when I did look her up, I did find out that, oh, okay, she wasn't meant to be in the competition. It was a joke. So uh, I just knew that whenever I brought up Blair White, I never really heard anybody respond. Because I was like, man, well, y'all suggested her to be in the competition. And Mandy, I went to go listen to her on another stream, and it was funny because all of them were joking. I still didn't know who Blair White was at the time, but I had found out right before I checked on her on this stream. But she had said on the stream, they were like, yeah, he couldn't tell me from Blair White. And Mandy was like, well, I feel, she said, for me, it's a compliment because I think Blair White looks hot. But from my standpoint, I was like, no, I never confused you with Blair White. I had never seen her. Because there's no way you could confuse Mandy with Blair White. They look nothing alike. So with that said, yeah, I did find out that she cannot be in the competition. I definitely found out that. And that's putting it kindly. Let's see. I'm trying to catch it right quick. Withering Liberal says, thank you for doing the important work. No problem, Withering Liberal. And I can't lie. It's important, scientific, and like I say, it's not easy. I was laughing, man. I laugh at these women sometimes, how they think that they dictate, they can truly dictate the science, but they cannot. It's so much that goes into the science that they cannot control. Like I was looking at Zia last night on the Jack show, and she was saying how obviously she had burped when I turned off the channel for a second. She had burped. And when I got back, John was like, ooh, Jay gonna be mad. You burp. Well, I didn't hear the burp, so I don't know how bad it was. I don't know how deliberate it was. I don't know how vulgar it sounded. But I'm not that harsh of a judge. I don't just penalize somebody because they burped and they're a woman. I don't have standards where a woman can't be human. Yes, you're gonna burp, you're gonna fart. But as a woman, and especially me as a man, I already do these things, so I expect a woman to do these things. But as a woman, in my opinion, just for me, you may feel differently out there. I value having manners. So when you burp, I don't want you to go like some nasty guy. I like you to cover your mouth, go to the side, and for the most part, I don't hear you burping. Every now and then, you may hear and that's how I do. That's how I was taught. I go over to the side and try to let it out slowly. I don't expect you not to let it out. With a fart, like for one, you always want to try to leave the area. But for two, if you do happen to let it out and there's people somewhere in the room, you don't try to honk it out. You try to ease it out. You want somebody to walk into it and then look around and like, hey, who let one off? You don't want to let one off and then they know exactly who the culprit is. So that's all I expect my women to do. Have manners. So I didn't see her burp. according to John, it was a burp that you could hear. But I just wanted to say this. Even if it was a burp that I could hear, I don't like that. I don't like a woman that intentionally but if it's not her trying to be malicious with it, and what I mean by that is if she's not trying to burp every 2 seconds, just being nasty, that's still not that much of a hit. Because see, I don't want to keep bringing her name up and beating her up. I've already judged her. But with Brittany, the beautiful Brittany Venti, because she's a beautiful girl, but with her burping, she does it damn near intentionally. She does it damn near intentionally and vulgarly. She does it. She basically has the attitude about burping that I do about my companion dogs, where I'm unapologetic about my lifestyle. This is the lifestyle I live. It makes me happy. Guess what? She unapologetic about burping the loudest she can burp. Now, if Zia was on there doing that, that'd be a knock against her. But I don't believe she was on there doing that, because here's the deal. She didn't do it the whole time I was watching. And if she had some of that venti in her, she would have burped several times while I was watching. But she didn't have that in her. So once or twice, that ain't bad of a hit. If she was my woman and she was like burping around me like, I'd be like, hey, baby, can you try to ease that out? You know what I'm saying? Reach over to the side. I'd ask her. But it wouldn't be a deal breaker. Let me catch up. Blue CCG said, yes, Jay doing the Lord's work. Thank you, Blue CC. Zers got some smiley faces. She laughing. Carol said she was here. I'm glad Carol was still here. Zer says you can smell mine, Jay, anytime. Zer, when I get to the UK, I'm gonna take you up on that. We're gonna see if the smell is up to the task. But since you're confident, I believe in your vagina. I believe it's gonna smell right. Nadine is going to be stinking. I'm calling it right now. Blue CCG says, hey, it's funny that Blue CCG says that. I can't hit you off as to any of the fineness, Blue CCG. I just say that. Carol is laughing at Zers, telling me that it's going to smell good. Austin still laughing at Zers too, pretty much. Zers says, can't blame a girl for trying. Oh, no, Zers, I believe. Hey, look, I love a confident vagina. Let me tell you something, Zers. I'm going to tell you what I like. I'd rather you having confidence in your vagina than saying, I'm not so sure. I'd rather you tell me, smell it, boy. I'd rather you tell me. Hell, that's what Mandy did, because Mandy's going to be in the competition. That's sort of how she scarred my brain, because she came in and was like, look, I got the best smelling vagina. I don't give a damn about none of these women. So when she said that, I was like, oh my God, that helped. That did help. I can't even lie about that. That did help her. Blue CCG says Mark Trafford MVP. Yeah, Mark Trafford came through with a big donation. Much love to him. Blue CCG asked me if Mandy would skew the bracket. She ain't gonna skew the bracket. Nope. Because once again, just because she came in and said what she said, that still doesn't mean she's gonna win whatever bracket she's in. But in that first bracket, she does scare me in that first bracket only because it's so fresh on my brain. But like I told you, when I look at some of the competitors for these other brackets, I'm like, ooh, hey, if I push her back, it's gonna be some competition in those brackets for real. Austin says, I can't remember where you said it, Jay, but I remember you saying when it comes to dolls that you'll always want another one. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, I can already tell you. Let's just say 5 years from now, let's say I'm just gonna throw a number out there. Let's say I got $100. Now that's a lot in 5 years. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Let's just say 10 years from now, I got $100. I mean, that's a lot in 10 years, honestly. But I can have that. I can have $200. You're always gonna want one more. It's like I said, I compare it to dating women, man. Human women. You know what? You can have human ladies in here don't get upset at me, but I'm serious. You can have the finest woman in the world. You may not try to get another woman, but you're always gonna be looking like, ooh, I wonder what that. You always gonna be looking like, oh man, I wonder what her vagina like. Ooh, I wonder what her vagina like. You never get tired of wondering. And that's sort of how it is with the dolls. It's like, man, because I'm gonna put it to you like this, Austin Steele. Let's say I get a doll every let's say I get $2 for every year for the next 10 years. As time goes on, you'll start seeing the different technology in my dolls improving. Let's say I stop getting dolls at the end of 10 years. I say, you know what? I got enough dolls. I don't want to get any more. The problem is going to be that the next year and the year after that, it's going to be better dolls still coming out with more technology. You see, that's the problem. And you're going to be looking like, damn, I love all my girls, but look at that one over there. It can do one more thing that my girl can't. I would love to add her to the collection. And so that's what I say. You always going to, well, I know I'm always going to be wanting another dog. But I said this, even if I was a trillionaire, there's always going to have to come to a point where I'm going to be like, you know what, I'm done. Because you can't own every dollar in the world. You can't have everything in the world. You know, it's limits on everything. Even if you got all that money. So I would limit myself anyway and be like, you know what, Jay, you got enough. The only way I would get another dollar under that circumstance is if I gave some of my older dollars away somehow. If I donated them to a museum or, you know, to some very, very, very worthy owners. But by that time, it'd be so hard for me to get rid of my personal girls. Because like I told people, you know, once I consider you my personal girl, it's going to be hard to just say, oh, take this one or take that one. So I have to see how it goes. But at some point, I am going to get to a stopping point. But I'm still going to be wanting dogs. Mark Trafford says, feels good to be welcomed. Thank you, man. And you guess what, Mark? I tell you again. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, my friend. You're a good man. Austin still says, and man, I came across this dog recently that had me wishing I had more room because I bring her home right now. And that's the thing, Austin still, you gonna have room at some point. You gonna have room at some point, and guess what? You're gonna find a way to get another girl. Blue CCG says, yeah, they pulled a joke on you, but that would be hilarious if I'm just gonna say she made it into the contest and won the bracket. He talking about Blair White. Man, I can't lie. She wouldn't have made it. She wouldn't have made it because, like, you know, when I saw her, I was like, I said no. And so she wouldn't have made it into the competition. But you are right. That would have definitely been something good for them to, you know, everybody to laugh at, because I'm gonna tell you, and then they would have been able to say, no, you didn't even know that, so you don't know what you're talking about as far as descent. I just say that. So I'm glad I did catch it. Scott Miller says, what website do you recommend me? What you talking about for a companion dog, Scott Miller? It's a million of them out there. It's a million vendors out there. A lot of great vendors. I say, like I say, start out, just find out what type of doll you want. You ain't got to worry about buying one today. I told you, I'm gonna always say, just go look through my site, the one on my YouTube channel called Sex and Real Sex Dolls. You can go to the About section, click on the link. Don't go to buy. You may not even want to buy from that vendor. Go there to look. Click on silicone dolls. Click on TPE dolls. Click on brands. Go through every brand on there. You know, find out what type of doll you actually want. What brand you want. And keep looking until you get tired of looking. And then look some more. Pro Moore says, Blue CCG, some of them are already in women's sports competitions. Oh, yeah. Like MMA, swimming, and running with huge advantage, muscles and height over biological. I'd say this, man. I'm gonna leave that one alone right now. I ain't gonna even talk about it. But Scott Miller says, I want to buy a 108 centimeter doll. Oh man, you starting off with a nice size doll. You know, honestly, man, I say this for anybody new into the doll game, which it frustrates me so bad. And I got a show coming up that's really addressing something like this, but I had to put it off because I was gonna do it this week. But Scott Miller wants to buy a 108 centimeter doll. Man, it frustrates me about how they try to put these limits on you as far as what type of size doll you can get out here. I understand what they don't like about some of the dolls, but even that shouldn't be up to government. I say that because it's a lot of people, especially older men, that does not need a full size doll. They need a smaller doll. 130 centimeter doll, 108 centimeter doll. They need smaller dolls. So if you want 108 centimeter doll, you can go on there. I would definitely be looking at something like a Piper doll, man, or even an Iron Tech doll. They got great mini dolls. Iron Tech got some great mini dolls. You might want to check them out too. Zers says I should do a dick cheese smell competition. You so funny, Zers. The thing about that's the thing that make my competition so funny is because the thing is, Zers, y'all women been judging us men in a million ways as far as that's concerned for the longest. So that's why I think people are sort of laughing because it's like, hey, okay, for the first time, we actually get in the competition where we sort of judging some stuff. Because, you know, you got some of these women with these gaping holes out here that'll say something like, you know, a man got to have a 14-yard penis to make love to them, you know. And so, you know, it's always been these jokes out here by women about how, you know, a man got to be this size or that size or this. And, you know, I'm guessing that he might be this big or that big. So, hey, this is sort of our competition to say, you know what? I'm guessing you either smell great or not so great. And it's a lot of keys that will lead to that. It's a lot of keys. But you had to do a competition first. Mark Travis says, I love Mandy, but she's fortifying the election. She's not fortifying the election. I'm gonna be honest with you. She ain't. I'm gonna tell you, I can't tell you why she. It's something that's keeping Mandy from being able to be a shoe-in no matter what she said. And I can't really tell you what that is, or I'll be getting into the competition. But she still got work to do. The only thing that has me concerned is because I'm gonna try to say this without being, I don't want to be mean to anybody. But this next bracket, it's not my strongest bracket. Not from a smell standpoint, that's per se, but from me, a physical attraction standpoint. it's not my strong, you know what I'm saying? So it's not my, I just say it's not my strongest one because some of the other brackets coming up are going to be stronger in that category. But this bracket is very necessary. It's very necessary. But Mandy, I just say this. I just love her because of her confidence. So she said some good stuff, but she didn't guarantee she winning the damn thing. Austin says, I'm good at $3. Realistically, 1 or 2 would be plenty for me. And Allison's carrying body won't last forever. I'm going to be honest with you, man. Like I say, when I think about, it's a lot of work that goes into keeping up multiple dolls. TPE dolls, I say that. Even if you got silicone girls, it's still upkeep involved. You still got to show them love and care. And I'm learning so much now because now I'm learning about how I'm rotating my girls. Because with my pets, my cats, I just don't want my girls out in the house 24/7 because although my cats don't attack them, I don't even want my girls out collecting dust 24/7 or the cats potentially scratching them once or twice. So I leave them sort of put up in their room. But even when you have multiple girls, you have to sort of navigate who you have out. I mean, that's a thought process. You know, I watch the girls every month. And even this past month, when I was watching the girls, I was like, man, they weren't really dirty at all. So in the back of my mind, I could have not watched them. But you know what? That's how you start messing up. That's how you look up in 2 months and now the girls are dirty. Now you're slipping on your responsibilities. I'm like, nope. You got to put in the work. If you got the girls, you got to put in the work. And it is a bigger responsibility than you think. And that's why I say, once I get up to shoes, 20 girls, man, it's going to be a chore to just keep up with them and do the show. I'm talking about by myself. It's going to be a chore. And by the time I get up to 100, somebody even mentioned this. They was like, man, if I don't have the things that I want in place, technologically wise, I'm going to have an actual worker or two to help me keep the girls clean. So just to speak to what you said, it's a responsibility to having multiple girls. I just say that. Austin said he hope his girl doesn't mind losing the F ears and looking like a Final Fantasy character in the future. Oh no, she ain't gonna mind. Charlie Monroe says, "Do you kiss your dogs?" Yeah, I kiss them. Not tongue kiss or sensual kiss like that, but I pet kiss them all the time. I kiss her. I just recently started kissing her. She didn't used to like me kissing her, but she does now. Blue CCG says, "I will get a dog this year. I'm speaking it out into the world." Hey, that's how you do it, Blue CCG. And Austin still say that's the spirit. DeWitt says, watch them to scent them with Bath and Body Works. Dahlia is heavenly. Hey, I ain't never thought about putting scents. I guess because when I used to read stuff about, they say be careful about putting scented things on your dog, especially these TPE girls, because certain chemical things could probably break down the TPE. I'm sure the Bath and Body Works ain't finna harm them though. Mark Travis said, I was super conservative. I'm starting to see people with really different views are cool. I hope everybody can make the change. The man in the mirror is where I start. Best MJ line ever. You sure right. And once again, Mark, I've sort of said this before. It's not about knowing everything in this life. It's about being open to learning, open to change, being open to evolving. You know, that's how you continue to get better and better and better in this life. When a person gets to the point where they say, you know what, I've learned it all, I can't get any better, then that person is going to be limited. But you got the right idea. Guess what? I'm open to change. I'm open to seeing things from a different point of view. And that's how we all continue to add to our lives and get better. Because I've said it time and time again. We can live to be 300 years old, which ain't that long. And we can know all the knowledge on this planet Earth and not know a damn thing. And that's exactly what I'm going to get into in just a second. Give me 2 seconds and I'm going to be right back. Okay, guys. Now, I'm going to go to the other part of this show. And the last thing I said was, man, we can be here forever. I mean, 300 years, learn all the knowledge on the earth and not know anything. And so that's going to lead me into actually the title of this show. And if you're just tuning in, the title of this show is Billions of Galaxies. And I'm an hour and 15 minutes in and still haven't got to it. But that's fine. We've been having fun. It's my Saturday show, and I always ease into things. But we can learn all this knowledge and not know anything when we leave here. And I'm going to get into what I mean by that. I got dreams, and you have dreams. We all want to achieve something and become something. Do great things. Pay our bills, be a productive member of society, and before we go, leave some sort of a legacy. And what I mean by that, it doesn't have to be children. It could just be a legacy of doing good things, work, or guess what? Just being an honest citizen, being your best. But we have these goals. And as the days go on, we have stumbling blocks along the way, things that can get you worried. I thank God that I'm not in that worried state of mind now, but it's a lot of things that can happen along the way that can get you worried. Traffic stops, you can get fired from your job, break up with your girlfriend. All these things that can happen. And you can get worried about them here. Worried about achieving your dreams. Worried about breaking up with your girl. Worried about losing your job. Worried about being stuck in traffic. And I just be tripping because I was like, you know what? The funniest part about it is all of it is just so meaningless when you compare it to the enormity of the universe. I'm talking about all of our little problems, even our dreams. It's good to have them. But when you really think about it, how important is it? How really important is it when you think about the enormity of the galaxy, of the universe? It's not really that important. Now, we have to pay attention to these things because we're alive now. We do have bills to pay. But just think about this. While we're worried about our bills and dreams and making money and all, the universe is happening. It's existing. And us as humans, I just always laugh at the fact of how arrogant we can be. Think about this. We're the only life in the galaxy. Think about that statement that people have made before. I don't believe in aliens. We're the only life in the galaxy. Do you know how big this universe is? It is unbelievably big. Let me explain it to you. We live in a galaxy, or so we think. Due to our research, we live in a galaxy. Due to the pictures that have been taken from satellites we've sent out into space, we live in a galaxy. Well, in this galaxy, just to let you guys know, there are billions of planets in this galaxy. Keep that in mind. We are not at the center of our own galaxy. Think about that. We somewhere on the damn outskirts. We are not on the center of our own galaxy. So when you make a statement like, hey, we're the only life in the universe, you make a statement like that as if you're the center of the galaxy, of the universe. Wait a minute. We're not only not the center of the universe as far as we know. We ain't even the center of our own damn galaxy. So now let's keep breaking this down. We're so bold to say that there's no life anywhere. Well, I am a God-fearing man. I believe in God. I believe God made the universe. And he made all these planets. He made all these galaxies within the universe. And it's sort of funny how I don't believe he made all of these planets just to be floating around for nothing. Well, why do you believe that, Jay? Well, because I'm sitting on a planet right now and I'm alive. Meaning that he obviously did make planets for somebody to live on because we're living on one. So with all that said, just think about this. If God puts life on planets, it's billions of planets in one galaxy that we're in. One. But somehow people have the audacity to say, oh, we're the only ones alive in the universe. So you think that God made billions of planets in our galaxy alone for nothing else to live on these planets? Okay, that's one example. Here's the second example. How about the scientist? How about the scientist that does not believe in religion? Maybe he can try to explain it away, but to me, it wouldn't even be able to be justified mathematically. I don't even believe that scientists can justify mathematically that we would be the only species to be alive in the universe, given the numbers that I just said. How can a scientist say that we're the only life in the universe when it's billions of planets in our one galaxy that we can't get to? We can't get to one of these damn places. Keep in mind, it's billions of galaxies in the universe. So just by mathematics alone, it's other life out there. So I know I'm going real super deep on y'all, but I'm getting to a whole bigger picture, even than what I'm explaining. So I think we've sort of getting to the point where, hey, you see that I believe it's something else out there, because I don't believe God made planets for anything. They ain't just floating for nothing. We're on a planet. I believe even scientists can agree. Guess what? Mathematically, something else should be out there. You know? But some people in the back of their mind, let's just say even people that believe in God, because some people that believe in God don't believe that he can do the impossible. They don't even believe he can. They like to put limits on him. But let me just speak in God terms for a second. Think about if you were God. Yeah. Let me make a universe. I'm gonna make me a whole big old universe. Yeah. I'm gonna put billions upon trillions upon cajillions of planets in this universe, in this big black space. And you know what? Out of everything here, I'm just gonna put life on this planet right here. And all the other ones gonna be decorations. So when they look up in the air, they can see these sparkly things. They ain't gonna never be able to get to them though. That means he would be making something for nothing. That means that he made all those other planets just to be doing something. And I'm gonna be honest with you. What I've learned about God, in my opinion, he don't do things for no reason. If he made all these planets out here and all these solar systems, they're out there for a reason. It's other life out there. And it's funny. Like I say, when I say I think it's a lot of galaxies out there and things of that nature, I only say it from this standpoint. We're on little bitty Earth, sending our toys out into space, and we think we understand what it is. We don't know what the hell space is. We don't really understand what the hell is going on out there, no matter what they tell you, no matter what the chemists and scientists tell you about gas explosions and super. You don't know, you really don't know what the hell you're looking at. You think you know. Quantum physics, all of this, it's beautiful to ponder. You don't know shit. You think you know. But Jay, they developing this and they developing that. What I'm trying to tell you guys is this. Knowledge exists here on Earth. But when you start breaking it all the way down, when you start thinking about the vastness of the universe, about the fact that we think we know how big it is and we don't know what the hell we're looking at. We can't get out there. We can't even get to damn Mars. I mean, I know we didn't send probes and things up there, and guess what? We may have sent a human there, but what I'm saying is we're not regularly traveling to planets. We can't even send it. We can't, to our knowledge, a human has never been to Uranus or Jupiter, but we claiming to know about the damn solar systems. We don't know a damn thing. Mark came through with another big one. Hey, I guess he finna stop me for a second because I gotta read this and show him his love. I love you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you, man. Big time. 30.99 for Mark. He says, Jay, you're preaching to the choir on this one. He said, my brother was the only person I could talk to about this subject. But God rest his soul. He left too soon. You're the first person I've seen on the internet that sounds like him. Damn. God rest your brother. God bless him. And like you say, hey, he's somewhere looking down on us right now. God bless him, man. And I'm glad that I can be here and fill that role for you right now. You know, speaking some of the things that you and him used to talk about, because believe me, a lot of what you hear me saying is things that I've only talked about with my brother. I'm gonna be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just going to be honest with you because we just like to just go deep into a deep dive. So man, it makes me feel good that I am preaching to the choir to some people. But just to sort of continue where I left off about just this whole universal knowledge, about how we don't know anything, about how I was saying about how the galaxy, we think we know how big the galaxy is, how space works by sending out little toys and probes out here, but we really don't know anything. But I was really bringing it all back to the point of this. Go back to what I was saying earlier about us worried about our jobs and our lives and about what we're trying to do on a daily basis. But on the backdrop of what we're trying to do on a daily basis, it's the universe. It's space happening. And it's laughing at us because it knows we ain't gonna even be here a blink of an eye. While it's going through major changes we can't even conceive. And I was just thinking, like, man, we're not. That's why when I tell you guys we ain't here that long, that's what I mean. 80 years is nothing in the universe's eye. It's nothing. And so, you think about all these billions of galaxies out here, and I just laugh when we think about UFOs. Think about God. It's just so funny how I think about this concept. We always, like you say, we are so arrogant as humans. Man, there's no life out here. These planets don't have oxygen on it. They don't have the same requirements to live like we do. And I said this in another stream. Damn, bro. What makes you think that God got to create life that breathes the same way? They don't have to breathe oxygen like us. They don't have to have the same bodies like we do. They could be transparent. It could be life on planets out here, and we can't even see them with the color patterns of our eyes. That's crazy. We might not even be able to see them. Like pets, like they say our pets can hear things we can't hear. And it's also colors that they say we can't see. Things, gases and things of that nature that are in the air that we can't see. So with all that said, we don't know what the hell is alive out here on planets that we can't get to. And it's been this thing that I've read about, and maybe you've read about or heard about, where people say, or it's said supposedly in the universe by other aliens or other species, they call Earth the planet of children, basically. Meaning that they see Earth as one of the beginning places for people to start their journey. I say that. And when you think about it from a standpoint of this, it's other planets out there that God gifted in different ways. Could be much older than us. And they can do a lot of the things that we only think about doing. And they can travel, and visit other planets and things of that nature. And they can literally visit Earth and look down at us like it's a damn amusement park, seeing us from back, seeing a time like a prehistoric time to a certain degree. And I only bring this up because I've seen these NASA photos and videos where they've showed the outside of Earth, and they say, man, it's like they see discs, like UFO discs flying over our atmosphere and entering our atmosphere. But you can't clearly see them because of our technology. It's like they're disappearing and reappearing, disappearing and reappearing. But it's just sort of funny because I did read in one UFO book where they were talking about how this ship came by and the people on the ship literally were looking out at us through windows like an aircraft. And I just had the thought in my mind, like, man, it's crazy, man. Like, you got people down here who can't even conceive that aliens could visit us. And they can literally be looking out the window, visiting us like, man, looking down like, man, look how far they got to go. You know, look how far they got to go. And, you know, I always go back to this point when people say, aliens couldn't be visiting us. Well, like I say, we're sending probes to the moon and probes to the Mars just from what we know. We're sending rovers to Mars that's actually riding on the planet. But we can't conceive a higher intelligence sending a probe to watch our ass or sending a ship with some people to come watch us. And I know I'm jumping all over the place with galaxies, universes, UFOs. I'm just bringing all of it up to say, man, time is such a damn illusion. We don't got much of it. You know, this universe is so much, well, we don't got much of it on this planet. But I was just saying this universe is so much bigger than we can conceive. But on a daily basis, like I say, we walk around doing our little daily chores and it's stars being birthed. You know, it's somewhere trillions of light years away. Somebody being born on another planet at the same time that you going to work. You know, living a totally different life. You know, and I just think that's just amazing just to even have that concept. You know, I got my religious base in Christianity, but man, I also got an imagination that God blessed me with. And I've also got all type of visions that I've had over my life. Man, but this is just a theory. But it's crazy. It's sort of a theory, but I actually sort of had a dream about it. But I just say this, without telling you the whole dream and all, I'm just going to throw the theory out there first. Remember what I said about not being able to learn everything here on Earth? It's literally impossible to learn everything or all the lessons that you need to learn. Even the pious man or good man, you ain't gonna learn it. You still ain't gonna know everything. Everybody that leaves here is gonna leave here flawed. You know, we're all gonna leave here, you know, flawed. You know, that's just how it is. You ain't gonna know everything. We all gonna be not perfect. And but I was just thinking, you know what? This is just a theory. What if all these billions of galaxies and billions of planets are other destinations along the way to the ultimate heaven? I brought this up to my brother before one time. You know, what if when you die here, you wake up on another planet, being born somewhere else? I'm not sure that that's the case. And I ain't gonna lie, just to cut anybody out before you ask, I'm not a believer in reincarnation on Earth. That's not something I believe in. But in a way, I guess you could try to say that, hey, in a way that's a sort of a reincarnation because your same soul is being born somewhere else. But it was just a theory I had of, man, you die here and man, with all these endless planets out here, you end up living on several planets throughout your major lifetime, throughout a bigger lifetime. You see, we have a lifespan here on Earth, but I'm thinking of a bigger lifespan. Well, guess what? You may end up living several lifetimes on different planets before you get a chance to go to the ultimate heaven. You know, I know it's other I think religious beliefs that got some type of base with that type of theory behind it. But it's crazy. Something happened to me that actually gave me that theory. And I won't bring it up right now. I just leave it at that. I just leave it at that because I'm going to come back to the chat to see what you guys have been saying. Because I know I've been talking for a while. But that's another reason why I sort of eased into this subject. Because I was like, you know what? This is a bigger view. And I'm going to take my time talking about it. But, you know, I started out this whole thing saying how that's why I sort of look at life so different as far as we can't be caught up in the little trivial things that we got going on in life. You know, we're not here long enough to give a damn like that. We need to be here, look, trying to make other people's lives good, be happy while we can be here. Don't be thinking about the negative. Chase your dreams and stop playing around. We ain't got the time of the universe. You know, not on this planet. You know, like you say, we be worried about all these little trivial things. No, live. There's a lot bigger things than us happening out here. You know, we ain't the only, the universe don't revolve around us. Hell, we ain't even in the center of the damn universe. So with all that said, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna just see what the hell y'all been saying. And I'm gonna piggyback off of what been going on. Let's see. Zer says, live and let live. Treat everyone with respect. Right. Blue CCG says, you are most welcome. Just thank your God we exist. Oh, most definitely. Blue CCG says, you could do voice acting or narration, J Health. Your voice is really unique. I can hear you now doing an audiobook. Man, it's funny. It's funny. That was my dream before I started doing this. What I mean by dream is it was something I've always been interested in because I love anime. And so it's crazy. I had investigated how to get into doing voice acting right before I started this channel. I found a lot of good things about it. And it's something I'm definitely interested and open to doing in the future if I could, you know, get into the industry somehow. But I do know one thing. It's not my first love right now. Right now, being with you guys, doing what I'm doing is my first love. So if that was to come up later, I would love to delve into that. But I just say this, when I was learning about it and reading about it, it was fun. But it didn't make me spark up like what I'm doing with you guys right now. There goes Steve. He said, Danny Brown of Dawes. I promise you, I don't, in my opinion, I don't look like that guy, but everybody say I do. Because if I look like him, I put it like this. I don't like it. That's all I can say. I don't know what you saying on that, Steve. You said, what 4chan boards you lurk? I don't know what he's talking about. DeWitt says, when you see the stars in the country sky, where there's no light pollution, the pockets of luminance scattered around is jaw-dropping. He said, I say stars are lightning beings. And that's what I say. That's what's funny. We look up and see stars as little sparklers in the air, and you know, nah, man, they actually literal earthly beings out there, as far as not beings being alive, but they actually creations out there floating around. And hell, they could be alive for all I know. Because trees are alive. Who's to say these planets are really alive? In a way, they are alive, to be honest with you. Best Word says, traffic sending us good energy. You sure right. Best Word says, you have the best energy and could put life into. Don't ever stop. So kind of you, Mark. Mark Travis, Best Word says, he said the best words. You said something nice first, so you get niceness in return. That's how the universe works. Yep, that sure is. Thank you for being nice. Photon says astronomers have been sending signals into deep space. Maybe an alien planet of gentle beauties will finally answer the call. That's one of the things I laugh at. You know, once again, we sending signals into deep space like we know what deep space is. Deep space for us ain't no damn deep space. That's all I'm laughing at. We act like we know what's going on out there. Once again, we don't even know what's going on in our own ocean. And even the things that I'm saying to you, that's what I'm sort of laughing about. Even the things that I'm saying to you when I talk about how it's billions of galaxies, billions of planets in this galaxy, right? And then it's billions of galaxies in the universe. Well, that data comes from the fact that they've sent these satellites and probes out into space, and they've got pictures and data that we've collected. And so we see these pictures and things of that nature. So all of the information that I'm spewing to you has come from data that us humans have collected. But even as I'm spewing it, I'm telling you what's funny to me is we don't know a damn thing. We think we do. We say we do. I'm not trying to tell you that we don't have any knowledge whatsoever. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying with the vastness of the universe, we know nothing. That's what I mean to say. That no matter how much we learn, we know nothing. Now, I'm not saying that to say, are you saying just stop trying to learn, Jay? No, that ain't what I'm saying. I'm just bringing the thought up to let you guys know that, man, no matter how much we study, it's going to be a long, long time before you even think about scraping the surface of earthly knowledge, let alone universal knowledge. That's all I'm saying. Because we got people here who, once again, have for years tried to say that there's no life in the universe other than us. But when you start adding up the things I put into the equation, that's when you start saying, what the hell are you talking about, bro? Because just by the data that you say you have, meaning that it's billions of planets in this one galaxy, how in the hell can you say there's no life out here? You know, and if it's billions of galaxies with billions of planets in each of these galaxies in the universe, then that's a damn endless amount of planets with all type of stuff going on these planets when we will never know. We don't know how many different type of species can be alive out here. And here's the deal. We always talk about the multiverse like it's multiple universes, right? People always bring that up. But let's just stay in our one universe. Who the hell knows when this universe ends? And so I guess what I'm saying is we say, going back to my statement, it's billions of galaxies, right? In these galaxies, it's billions of planets. So let me say it correctly. It's billions of planets in our galaxy. It's billions of galaxies in the universe. I don't know that. I don't know how many galaxies are in the universe. Because you know what I don't know? I don't know how big the damn universe is. I don't know how big the universe is. So just think about this. When my friend said earlier, Photon, when he said astronomers have been sending signals into deep space. Deep space? You don't even know how far space goes. So how the hell do you know if it's deep? It's deep for us. It's deep for us. Deep space means it's getting far away from Earth. But that ain't really deep space. Space is damn endless, as far as we know. Now, I'm sure it's some sort of an end out there somewhere where it's just light and there's nothing else. But hell, I'm sure we can't get nowhere near it. And so, man, I guess I just brought this whole thing up to say, I was laying in my bed the other day, and I didn't went all this way because I was just laying in my bed thinking about, what I wanted to accomplish in this life and things of that nature, and you know, even letting certain things, you thinking about the little obstacles that you have, things that come against you, and I was just thinking about, man, it's crazy how we can just think of these little bitty things, but they really don't mean anything in the comparison to how big and ginormous the universe is. And we here for a blink of an eye worried about the smallest things when we got this gigantic universe out here where we really don't understand what the hell is going on. We don't understand what, we just know we're in it. And like I say, thank God that he knows what, he got a plan. He knows how it all works. And it's funny. Those are some of the things I think about when I talk about going to heaven to be with God. Is like, man, I want to, I can't wait to talk to him so he can tell me, man, what the hell is really going on out here? What the hell is really going on? How is this universe constructed like this? And it's really a trip because I just think about, man, it's such a big guessing game because we can't get to any of these places. And even a lot of these places that we, within our capabilities, if we were to build something, we wouldn't even be able to get to some of these places in our lifetime. We'll die en route to some of these places, unless we, were to really figure out how to do light speed like Star Wars or something, really put it into practicality. But with all that said, just think about, man, the fact that we on Earth looking at all these places, and we've been to the moon, and we've sent probes and things to Mars, but everything else you see, you can't get to. It's just out there doing whatever it's meant to be doing. But you don't know. You don't know. That's why I say you don't know we don't know what the hell is going on in space. And when you think about it, once again, it's not that hard to fathom when you realize we don't even know what the hell is going down here on Earth. Not in full. Not in the full. We can't even. I'm gonna get to something else later. Hold on, let me check something. I was just thinking about something like, because I couldn't find it in this book that I was reading. It's this UFO book, and it's a million stories I done read about UFOs, but it's this one story that always bothers me. It's about the United States military. That's why I wish I had found it, and I'm gonna find it another day to read the exact story. But it was going towards the Bermuda Triangle. We had lost a plane or something. We lost somebody. And we sent like a whole squadron to go look for this person, like this missing down plane. And they went over the Bermuda Triangle. And I wish I found the article. This is something that really happened. A whole squadron left and never returned. Never returned. They never heard from them again or anything. And what made me trip off of that was, it's something going on when the military loses their people like that, and they don't even know what the hell happened. So it was said that they ended up flying out over the Bermuda Triangle, looking for these people. And after a while, once again, the stories with the Bermuda Triangle, they lost a connection with them and never heard from them again. And you hear these stories about the Bermuda Triangle, and you hear these stories about the Devil's Triangle. The Devil's Triangle is the same type of thing over off the coast of Japan, if I can remember correctly. But it's just crazy how, like you said, we got these poles or these spots in the ocean that have these strange phenomena going on. And we can't explain it. We don't know what the hell is going on. And once again, while we're out here trying to explain deep space, we can't even devise things that can go into the deep ocean enough for us to see what the hell is going on down there. Trafford. Travis says, thank you for being my brother that still thinks different. I don't have anybody to talk to about this stuff anymore. I miss these conversations. Oh, man. Hey, I'm here for you, Trav. I love you, man. Hell yeah. You know, hey, look, I'm definitely here. I'm definitely here for you. Hey, look, I'm just sharing this with you guys. I'm glad to know that there's somebody out there that thinks on these deeper levels as well. I know it's people that do, but I'm gonna tell you, man, it's a lot of people that don't. It's a lot of people that don't. It's a lot of people that just go to work every day, live life, and they don't even think anything about these things, you know. But I do. I do think about them because I just think about like, man, we're just going day by day, you know, and people actually think that living to 60 or 50 or 80 is a long life. And I'm like, no, it ain't that long. It's not that long at all. You know, that tree in your backyard gonna be around here longer than you are. I even laugh at that sometimes. These trees have seen so many things. Just trees alone make you seem like you haven't been here that long. You know, just a tree. A tree can literally be laughing at you like, man, dog, you ain't been here that long. You know, and that's just a tree. Well, the universe is really laughing at you. Planets are really laughing at you. Stars are really laughing at you, you know? And like I say, I just think about how, man, we can't be letting these little day-to-day things bother us. You know, we do have to deal with them, but I think we just have to realize, man, it's a lot bigger things happening in the universe. We're part of a bigger plan. We're part of a bigger plan. That's why I say, man, I used to think of I just think the whole concept of heaven and what you're going to be doing after you leave here and the journey getting to that special place is going to be a lot different than we think. You know, I just tell you this quick story, and I don't want to throw anybody off because, like I say, if you ask me how to get to God, I'm going to always say Christianity. But here's the deal. God is bigger than what anybody can truly imagine. Because if you start thinking about what God can't do, you don't have the right imagination of who God is. He can do anything. But I say this, man. I had a dream one night. It was so crazy. I've had a lot of out-of-body experiences during my dreams. But one night I had a dream and I basically got sucked up and I was floating out of my body. The truth of what happened in the dream was I think I died. That's what really happened. I died in this dream and my spirit rose up out of my body. And man, I ended up going to another planet. That's really what happened. I ended up going to another planet. And when I woke up on this planet, I had this angelic like figure tell me, he said, man, he said, you're going to remember everything from your previous life. He said, but you're going to go to 7 more of these planets. You know, he said you're going to go, he said you're going to keep going to another planet after this life over. And by the end of it, you will have been to 7 planets. That's what he said. You would have been to 7 planets. And he said, by the time you get through your 7th planet, you will have learned all the lessons that you need to learn to then go to heaven, basically, go to the ultimate heaven. I was like, man, it was just so crazy how I had that dream. Now, I'm not preaching this to anybody because, you know, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to mislead anybody, because I always tell God, look, whatever message you give me, if it's not right, correct me when I see you. Because I believe he that type of loving God. He ain't gonna hold it against you if you hear or believe anything wrong. You know, he's gonna correct you. But let me tell you something. That dream did stick tough in my spirit, and I promise you, just me personally, it feels like it's real. It feels like even if it's not real in that way, it's some type of ascension that's going to take place to the point where it's just like I thought. Your learning is not going to end here. That's why I say, you know what? Make an effort towards learning, reaching towards God and being a better person and all these things. Try to be your best. Try to improve every day. But I think the message that I really got more than anything is you don't got to worry about leaving here being perfect. Leave here being your best that you can be. It's going to be other chances to learn lessons. This ain't going to be the end and your last chance to learn lessons. Yes, be the best you can be while you're here. But whether it's planets or some other form of ascension that God got planned, the learning doesn't stop here. You know, he ain't that hard God that's gonna say, guess what? Since you didn't learn every lesson that you didn't learn in your whole life, you're done. No, ain't none of us gonna learn everything we need to learn before we get the hell out of here. That's my whole point. The universe has been going on too long. It's too much to learn. It's too much to know. In our limited human brains, you can't even begin to scratch the surface on the things that you need to learn here. I'm telling you, we're gonna all leave here and realize that we don't know a damn thing. And that was my biggest thing. Like, man, don't worry about it. Just try to be your best. You know, while we down here worried about our little human concerns, we ain't even here long enough to let it worry us. What we need to be worried about is living our best life and treating people as good as we can while we're here. That's what we need to be worried about. So, with all that said, man, like I said, I just wanted to check in with you guys this morning. DMT, Mark Travis says, DMT made me realize God is real. That and multiple other things happened that made me realize God is definitely real. What is DMT, Mark? I don't even know what DMT is. I never heard of it. You know what? I don't know if I brought up the fight tonight. Look. I'm going to something crazy. Tell me what DMT is, Mark, if you don't mind. But like I say, man, that was just something to spark your brains to let you know, man. Guess what? For one, I don't believe we're alone. But for two, this is a great big universe, man. And we just a small speck in it. A small speck in it. Marcus Cosmo said that was interesting about. Yeah, right, man. Hey, I got a lot of other dreams that, man, has happened to me. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna talk about it a whole nother stream because I ain't gonna even get into that today. But I say this. I taught myself a long time ago how to do lucid dreaming. And man, I just say this. That dream happened after I learned how to do lucid dreaming. See, lucid dreaming, when you dream, you actually can wake up in your dream. It's a very powerful tool to learn how to do. I've always said, if you can control your unconscious, when you wake up, you can control your conscious that much better. But from lucid dreaming, I just say this. Your spirit is a lot more sensitive. I'll say that. It's a lot more sensitive. So I believe what happened to me in that dream I was telling you about, I believe that lucid dreaming allowed that to happen even more powerful, to me, to where I saw it so vividly. That it was really, like I say, it's stuck in my brain like it happened yesterday. But either way, Mark says, I feel there are clues everywhere. I also don't believe we're alone. Mark says, dimethyltryptamine. I never heard of that. But hell, like I say, look, you see me, Mark. I didn't need no whatever that is. I didn't need whatever that was to help me realize it. Mark says, be careful about dreaming. Dreaming, man. Now, dreaming is actually good. Let me tell you something about dreaming. I guess you're right about dreaming, though. You do have to be careful because dreaming is literally. Let me tell you something. Dreaming is just. I think this was Mark getting at. Dreaming is not literally dreaming. What I found out is you literally are, to a certain degree, halfway in, halfway out. A lot of people think when they sleep that they're just getting rest. Nah, brother. You may not be a vivid dreamer and you may not be a dreamer. Some people just dream every night and don't even remember anything. But let me tell you something. When your eyes are asleep, you're pretty much on the other side. You're pretty much on the other side, You're pretty much on the other side. That's really what's happening when you're dreaming. Because I always say this. Let me ask you this question. Have you ever heard the term that life is a dream? Life is a dream. Well, this is why that is true. Let's say we all die, right? And we all go to a spiritual form, right? We all go to a spiritual form. Let's say that me and you are in that spiritual form for the rest of eternity. Okay? Well, let me ask you a question. If we're here for 80 human years, but then you're somewhere else for eternity, which one was the dream? Which one was the dream? Because if you're going to be in a spiritual form for the majority of the time, and you were only in a fleshly form for 80 or 100 earth years, well, the truth be told, this little blink of an eye we call a human life, that's really the dream. Because your real life is the spiritual form. So to make a long story short, when you lay down and go to sleep at night, you're closer to that side than you are to this side. And that's what is so good about lucid dreaming. I'm going to tell you why. Because have you ever been scared in your dreams? Well, if you've ever been scared in your dreams, I don't know about you, but being scared in your dreams is worse than being scared in reality, or in what we think is reality. Because when you're scared in your dreams, you really have a feeling like you can't get away from it. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you're really in your spiritual form. And if something can harm your spiritual form, that's really the real you. And so when you're over there running away from something in your spiritual form, that's why you feel more vulnerable. So that's where lucid dreaming comes in. Because I was having nightmares years ago. And I said, man, I had watched this movie a long time ago called Dreamscape. I'm sort of getting into it now, but I don't want to break it all the way down. But I had watched this movie where this guy kept waking up in his dreams to fight his nightmares. And I'm like, man, I wish I could do that. And without telling you guys how, because I'm going to do it in another stream, I taught myself, without reading a book or anything, how to wake up in my dreams. I actually learned it. And man, I just say this, I have never had a nightmare since then. Because when you lucid dream, you can pretty much control your dreams to a certain extent. But I just say this. After I did learn how to lucid dream, it did make me a little bit more soul sensitive. I say that. To where when I did dream, even when I wasn't lucid dream, trying to lucid dream, my dreams were always more real, a lot more real and more vivid and more, man. It would be times where I would wake up only to realize I wasn't woke up yet. I get up and walk around the house, and I start walking around thinking I'm up. Like, damn. And I noticed that something wasn't right in the house, and I'd be like, hey, wait a minute. I'm not up yet. And before I know it, I would pop back in my bed. Like, wait a minute. I never got up. I was still asleep. And I would try to get up. And sometimes that would happen 5, 6, 7 times in a row, where I would end up somewhere else in the house only to realize that I was still asleep. And I would pop back into the bed again. And then I would finally wake up with my fleshly body like, okay, man, this is really me. But I just say that to say this. That did used to, a couple of times that happened, now that was scary when you can't really wake up. When you try to wake up, but you're still but you're still in that dream state. So I say that was one of the only things that ever scared me after I learned how to lucid dream was, man, look, your sleep is just gonna be a whole different thing. I just say that, a whole different thing. Let me go back. Let's see. Mark says yes. Mark Travis says, I become an alcoholic just to avoid dreams of murdering my family. Nah, man, you shouldn't do that. You ain't got to drink to avoid your dreams. It's a lot of, the thing is, what I find out is you have to you got to face your dreams. Man, I'm telling you, that's basically what I was saying. Once you can confront your dreams, then you can confront your reality a lot better. I promise you. Marcus Cosmo said, you mentioned the 7 planets. What if those are reincarnations until you learn your lessons? That's what I was trying to say. I don't believe in reincarnation on Earth, and I'm not even coming against anybody that does believe that. If they want to believe that, that's them. But I said, I've never believed in reincarnation like me coming back as a woman on Earth. I've never believed that. But from the vision that I got, he basically did say that I would be reincarnated on seven planets, basically, because it would still be my soul. And that's what reincarnation is, where your soul comes back. But the difference was, he told me I would remember. Because that's what I've never understood, how people say, when you reincarnated, you won't remember. I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. Because to me, it makes more sense. Well, some people say, if you remember, you will go crazy, which I don't subscribe to that. For me, for you to continue to build on the lesson you learned in your previous life, you need to remember those damn lessons. But the angel told me I would remember. He said I will remember everything. Mark Travis said it's scary. Travis said dreaming sucks. No, dreaming can be powerful. Mark Cosmo says never thought of that. I live my life scared of my dreams, and that's why they get you, Mark Trafford. Mr. Pybrand says, good morning, Jay. How are you doing, brother? I'm doing amazing. Mark Trafford, whatever you're scared of is what's always going to get you. It's always going to come upon you. Even in the Bible, if I can't even mention the verse, but I just know it's something to the point of whatever you fear, that's what will come upon you. And I'm going to tell you, I wasn't much different from you, but it was something different happening to me. I've always been a dreamer. But let me tell you something. Even when you're drinking to avoid your dreams, you're still not avoiding them. They're still happening. You're just getting comatose to where you don't remember them. But I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't do that. For one, it's not healthy for you to get into that type of a drunken stupor. You don't want to do that. But for two, you need to find the answer to that question of what's going on in your dreams. You got to find the answer. Because like I told you, once you can control your subconscious or unconscious, you can control your conscious that much better. If you can figure out that dream thing, your waking life is going to be so much more peaceful. And I'm just going to tell you what was happening. Like I said, I've already told you, but I told you, I was sort of having these dreams, man. Crazy. It was a monster every now and then that would just get to chasing me. And man, the only thing I could ever do to get rid of that monster was start screaming out for God. And whenever I would scream out for God, it'd stop running after me or whatever. I'd finally get rid of it. But I was so sick of that damn monster chasing me. It wasn't like it was the same one. It was just different things chasing me. And a lot of times, the things that would chase me, you couldn't see it. It'd be like invisible, but you knew it was a monster, right? You knew it was back there. And man, like I told you, I kept thinking about this movie, and I'm going into something deeper that I didn't really want to go into. I'm going to I'm sort of going into the lucid dreaming thing, but I was getting chased by this monster, and I was like, man, I'm getting sick of this. And I remember that movie that I saw where that dude, like I said, was controlling his dreams, and something was trying to kill him in his dreams, and he fought it off. And I said, you know what? I'm tired of running from this damn thing. It's ruining my sleep, It's bothering me. And once again, I'm not going to teach you how I did it today. I just want to do a separate stream where I'm talking about it. But one day I did something before I went to sleep to try to make myself lucid dream. And I did it for like 2 weeks. And my next thing you know, one day I woke up in my dream. And I actually stopped that monster from bothering me ever again. Man, and I'm telling you, Mark, since that day, it was like a stronghold that was sort of broken off of me, as far as my dreams and that whole realm, that whole realm, because that's supposed to be your safe spot when you sleeping. You're supposed to be able to rest, refresh. But let me tell you, you having that dream for a reason. It's a hidden message in that dream. It ain't about you killing your family. It's something going on in that damn dream, brother. It's something going on in that dream that you need to probably address in real life, or you need to learn how to do what I did and get in there and stop it. Because once I got in there and stopped it, like I told you, man, I was a new man. I felt like, man, damn. Because here's the deal, man. When something can't mess with you in your subconscious mind and your unconscious mind, you feel like, well, can't nothing stop you in reality. You know, can't nothing stop me in reality. That's really how I felt after that. You know, now I didn't become a millionaire or anything like that, but you know what? I felt a lot more confident just in life. Like, man, you know what? I can go to sleep. I ain't got to worry about it. Let me see what's happening right quick. Power Brain says that would happen to me thinking I was up in the bathroom, then I would piss the bed. See, but see the difference between you is you would actually pee in the bed. Me, I would realize that I was up, and like you say, end up back in my damn bed 7 times before I actually got up. But I give you this, Power Brain. I remember when I was younger, and this just could be a thing of a regular sleeping in the bed. But my mom did say when I was little, I got up one time and opened the refrigerator and peed. So I mean that's ridiculous. So hey, that's worse than pissing the bed. Pro Moore said was that movie Total Recall. I don't know what he's talking about. Power Brain said I saw this series last night about lucid dreams called Behind Her Eyes. Man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Lucid dreaming is so crazy. It's actually a good thing. To where after it happened to me, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna write a book on lucid dreaming to help other people do it, man. And so I went to the library trying to do research to make sure that there wasn't any other dreams about lucid dreaming out there. Man, I got to read. I got to finding several books about lucid dreaming. I said, oh man. So I actually never wrote my book. But that's also an example of again of how you let things deter you from your dream, to be quite honest with you. Because here's the deal. I went to the library and I said, you know what? I'm not going to write my book on lucid dreaming because it's already books out. But it wasn't a book by me out. You know, that's just how we talk ourselves out of things, talk out, because it's easier to not try. And when I look back on it, I'm like, you know what? I did say, hey, it's other books out, so they don't need mine. But that's not true. Just because there's other people that's doing what you do, they're doing something that you want to do, that don't mean that you can't do it. Because guess what? They're not who you are. They're not who you are. Oh, no. I can tell you which movie it was, Promo. It was an old movie called Dreamscape. That's the movie. It wasn't Total Recall. Total Recall, no, that's something totally different. No, I'm talking about this old movie called Dreamscape. That was the movie that I saw. But I tell you what, that movie definitely helped me. But I tell you what, my guy Mark, you're gonna figure out that dream before it's all over with. And when you do, boy, you're gonna be a happy camper. I guarantee you that. You're gonna be a happy, happy camper. A happy, happy camper. So if you're just tuning in, this whole stream has been all over the damn place. I opened up talking about these Grizzlies. We got out the first round. I'm happy because we played like crap the whole time. Ja might have had a big dunk the other night, but he stunk up the series. Honestly, like I say, I was sort of giving him Jordan status as far as like, hey, you know what? This guy got nerves of steel, but he got shaky to me in this series. He got a little scared in this series. And, I would have to put Luka Doncic over him as far as people under 25, because Luka don't give a damn about nobody. Luka gonna laugh at you if you try to put pressure on him. And I love Ja. I'm a Memphis Grizzlies fan, but I'm just saying, comparing the two, nah, man, you ain't doing Luka like you ain't making Luka get scared. That's all I'm gonna say. So I talked about that. What else did I talk about? Oh, I brought up the fact that I don't know if I brought this up, but I love UFC. I'm a UFC guy first. I love me some UFC because I feel like it mimics real fighting in the streets more than anything, more than boxing. But since there isn't basketball on tonight, and I think I forgot to mention this, we got some boxing on tonight, baby. And it's Shakur Stevenson versus a guy named, I think, Oscar Valdez. And boy, I might not be the biggest boxing fan, but I like big fights. And this looks like it's going to be a hell of a fight tonight. And I can't wait to see this one. It looks like it's going to be some fireworks. So although I'm not the biggest boxing fan, I will be looking at that. And I want to let you guys know, if you're interested in watching fights, that you need to check that one out. Then I did talk about my vagina scent competition, about how it's still going to continue. I was thinking about 4 rounds for this year, but now I'm thinking about 5 rounds. I'm thinking about 5 rounds for this year. And so that's where I am right now with that. I'm about 5 rounds for this year. And I talked about how I snuck in on the Jack show the other day, last night. Mark! Mark came in again. Mark came in with a big donation again. Thank you, Mark. He said, thanks for the feedback. I've been avoiding the subject for a long time. Feels good to be heard. I'm not crazy, just misunderstood. Hell no, you ain't crazy. You ain't crazy. See, like I said, you ain't having that dream because you want to kill your literal family. That's not why you're having it. You're having that dream because it's some type of, like you say, it's some type of discord going on. And it may not even be nothing going on today. It could be something it could be something from years ago that you haven't addressed, spiritually. And I'm going to tell you, like I say, one way to address it is, like I say, learning how to lucid dream. But that's you going to handle it yourself in a certain sense. I say, for one, I'm gonna send up prayers that you're gonna be healed of that whatever going on in that dream. But for two, I really pray for answers. That you get the answer to, okay, man, what the hell is bothering me? Underneath. So you can get that addressed. Because you deserve to have good rest at night. That's a very important thing in this world, is to get good sleep. And so you deserve that. You're deserving of that. I'm going to be praying for you for that. And I'm not going to ask twice. Matter of fact, I'm thanking God right now that he's already delivering you of those bad dreams. Now all we got to do is thank him that it's done. We ain't got to keep asking. So I'm glad you did bring it up. You ain't crazy. Don't fall for that line. But we did talk about the vagina scent contest. And it is going to go on. I'm going to have about 5 rounds. I thought it was going to be 4 rounds. And this next competition, I think I'm going to replace Mandy, because she was going to be in this first round. I may keep her in the first round. I'm not sure. The only thing I'm sure about in the first round is BX Bullet, Nadine, this woman named Nadine, and Chris and Mayer. Those are the only 3 people I'm 100% sure of. But I talked about that. I talked about how I saw Zia last night on the Jack show. She was already, on my list of girls to put in the competition. And I got a lot of good information from her last night. I did talk about that. Oh, and I don't know if Verse still here, but Verse was telling me that she gonna let me smell her vagina when I come to the UK. So I thought that was funny. So Verse, I still do plan on smelling your vagina when I get there. And like you said, you promised me that it would smell good. So we talked about that. Oh, and then I believe that's when I started getting into the vastness of the universe. Basically the whole subject of this show, billions of galaxies. And I was sort of everywhere with it. And I used it to talk about a lot of things. I just talked about how the fact, we sort of be worried about time and worried about the little things we do on a day-to-day basis. But when you think about just the vastness of the universe, about how big the universe really is, we don't really know how big it is, about how many planets are out here in the universe, about how it's life, this universe is probably crawling with life, but as arrogant humans, we say that we think we're the only ones around. We think that things have to breathe and live like us for things to live. And so I talked about that. I talked about how all these planets are out here and we don't really know what the hell is going on. And I talked about how we try to find out what's going on in space when we don't even know what the hell is going on now on ocean. Man, guys, recently just got through talking about lucid dreaming and about how, like you say, it's a lot of healing that can go on with lucid dreaming. But once again, it's a lot of dangers within dreaming too. Because dreaming is, like you say, is really the closest you can get to being on the other side. So it's a lot of crazy messages that can come across to you while you're at sleep, so to speak. While you're at sleep. The truth is, our skin that we have on, it's almost like a coat. Your true self is your spirit. And your spirit is most exposed when you are asleep. You know, that's when you're in your real form, to be honest with you. So that was one of the last things we talked about. Let's see something. Gonna catch up right quick. Power Brain says, do you remember Kimbo Slice? Of course I remember Kimbo Slice. He was terrible in the UFC. God bless him, though. God rest his soul because he's dead now, but he died some years ago. But Kimbo Slice was a street legend. Man, watching his street videos was like, man, it was something that you had never seen before. I was like, man, I would never want to get in the street brawl with that cat. But he didn't really translate it to MMA. I remember I saw one of his first fights in the MMA, man. It was a guy that was half his size, damn near, like knocked him out with a 1-inch punch. And so, and then other people, they used to just lay on him. You know, that he didn't have a good ground game because once again, he was just a straight up street fighter that jumped into the UFC ring. And so, and he had those skinny legs too. So people would, and I'm not trying to talk about him because I was a big fan of his. I know he still has a son that's alive, but people used to just lay on him and beat him like that. But I definitely remember Kimbo. Photon says Finatra song Get Funky, J Dog can't help him to Get Funky. It's so catchy. He said I kept going back to listen to it. The video animation is pretty cool too. I like this song. I think Finatra did a good job on that song, honestly. I can't wait to hear the next one. Tree Goblin said 10 more rounds. Photon says Finatra, the nice saxophone melody from that song. Is that a sample from another song? I don't know. Finatra ain't in here, as far as I know. Oh, he is in here. Finatra. I missed all these comments. I'm glad I'm going back up. I know what happened. My guy, Mark Trafford, gave me that donation, and I missed comments up here. Okay, let me catch up right quick. Marcus Cosmo says books are great. Oh yeah, books are amazing. It's actually a book I need to be looking at some point today. I might talk about that another time. Mr. Powerbrain says Behind Her Eyes is a new series on Netflix. I don't even lie. I need to go ahead and try to pay my Netflix so I can look at it again. Linkovich says, go to bed, Finatra. Finatra says, okay. Finatra in the house. Linkovich says, start a stream, sucker. Quit fronting. Tree Goblin says, go to your nest, Finatra. And Finatra says, nah, I'm off. Finatra. I guess he gone. Him and Linkovich gone. I'm glad to have you guys here for when y'all was here, though. Best word says, yeah, we all have intrusive fantasies sometimes, Mark. You're a good guy. Yeah, you're a good guy. Having a bad dream don't make you bad. But that's you're wrong, Mark. You can learn how to control your dreams. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not going to talk about it on this stream. I'm going to talk about it on another stream. I'm going to dedicate another stream to it. But you can. And let me tell you something. If you learn the trick, you're going to be a happy, happy man. Believe me. It's deep, though. It's a deep trick, man. But you can learn it. You got to stay dedicated. But I'm gonna hate to tell you this. You ain't gonna be able to do lucid dreaming if you drink at night. I mean, if you drink right before you sleep, you actually gonna have to stop drinking before you go to sleep to perfect the science. I ain't saying you got to stop drinking, but you can't be drunk before you go to sleep because you gotta awake your consciousness. You gotta be, you gotta be consciously awake to make it happen. So I'm gonna go into how you can do it on my next stream. Because you can't control them. But for right now, we're going to try to control them conventionally by sending prayers up until I explain it next time. Mr. Pryor Brain says, what time did you come on today? I came on at about 4 o'clock. No, what time did I come on? Because it's saying I've only been live for 2.5 hours, but man, I thought I came on long, way before that. Well, I guess it was about 4:30 then. About 4:30. Lincoln says, I'm still here, homie. Link in the house. Yeah. So yeah, you can control them, man. You can control them, Mark. I'm telling you, man. You can control them. But since I got to tell a few longer stories, all surrounding the lucid dreaming, it's a few longer stories involved with that. And so we'll be here all Saturday telling that story, which I don't really mind. But for this particular Saturday, I'm not gonna go into it. But you can do it. I'm telling you, you can do it. So those are all the subjects we covered: Grizzlies, boxing, talked about vagina, and I can't lie, man. This next round, I wish I could find. That's the only other thing I wanted to bring up to you guys. I wish I had it written down. It was this last girl. It's one more girl that I added to the list. I saw her on the Simpcast with Kristen Mayer. And I said, you know what? She'll be a good girl to add on. Let me see. And I'm going to tell you something about this damn Sheila Aliens. I'm so sick of this damn Sheila Aliens. I have not seen her yet, man. You cannot. She really is an alien. I said that about her on another stream. People told me to put her in the competition. Man, I go to her channel. You don't see her face any damn where. On every stream, it's just UFO stuff. You don't never see her. Then I think she even got an Instagram. No pictures of her. I think I found like 1 or 2 damn pictures of Sheila Aliens. And I still to this day don't know if it's really her. I was like, man, Sheila Aliens got me scared because she got me thinking she really is a damn alien. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I was like, man, this damn Sheila Aliens woman, nobody can find her. Man, but I know I wrote this woman's name down. I seen this woman on the Simcast. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put her in that bracket instead of Mandy. And I can't find her right now because that's the only other woman that I might put in that bracket other than Mandy in this first bracket. But this first bracket is going to be, I really don't want to put Mandy in that one, but I might have to put her in that one. And it would probably end up being, let me see how it would shape up. It would probably end up being, I'm trying to think. It'll probably be, because I can just see it in my head right now. I can see Kristen Mayer versus BX Bullet and Mandy versus Nadine. That's probably what it'll be. And if not, I trade Mandy out of the first round. But I can't wait. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Because the truth is, I'm really holding off on that one because I really got the information. I pretty much need to do that one. I pretty much got Kristen Mayer. I pretty much got BX Bullet. I've seen all that. I pretty much seen. I ain't gonna lie. I need I probably need just a little bit more information on her, but I've seen enough on her. Nadine, I got her. I got enough information on her, and that I need to have. And Mandy, honestly, I got enough information on her. Ma Ma came back. Good night, brother. Love you, Ma. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking about shutting it down too in just a second. And Ma came through with the good night, brother. But hey, if you gone, Ma, have a good one. Like I said, honestly, I'm not gonna stick around too much longer. I just wanted to make this one a quicker stream. But another thing we talked about was anime. Who is Vicky? I didn't get no name of Vicky. Who is Vicky? I don't know who the hell no man. Mark. I just want to say this again. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Hey, thank you, man, for your contributions. I love you, man. Like I say, if anybody want to donate like Mark, send me a super sticker, or you can go to my YouTube, my About, Cash App, or PayPal. It's what keeps my dream alive. Because like you say, Mark, I love you, man. I can just continue to see myself making it because of good people like you. But who is Vicky? I don't know who the hell Vicky is. And Lincoln's laughing at Tree Goblin. Your boy Yeti. Hell J, new knockout tournament. Almost definitely. Hold on, man, y'all. Give me 2 seconds. I'm finna see if I can find this paper so I can tell y'all the name of this extra girl that I found. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I wish I could find this girl. Ah, yeah. I found the extra girl that I'm gonna put in the competition. I don't know. She like I say now. If I decide to save Mandy Summers for a later date, I'm thinking about trading her out with this girl I found called Daisy Cousins. I don't know if she got I don't know if she actually even does YouTube a lot, but she was on the Simpcast. And what I did like about her is she had that English accent, I think. And I was like, you know what? That's what I like the way she talked. So I might put her in. But I can't lie. I did find this other girl on the Simpcast. I said, ooh, wee. Now, she's definitely going to be in another bracket, but she got this fake Megan Fox look going on. Her name is Leanne Starr, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody asked me to do a Melanie Mack, put her in the competition. I've done a lot of research on Melanie. She definitely gonna be in a later competition. Just going through the rundown. Who else was in the competition? Who other people who I'm looking at? Other people who I'm looking at. Oh, here it is. I got all these damn books, man. Other people I'm looking at is and then I'm gonna damn near get out of here. Oh, okay. I got Irene or Renee Draws. I haven't been able to get as much as I want to get on her either. Sheila Aliens, of course. Oh, this girl named Carmaxla. Oh yeah, she definitely gonna be in there. Blair White was a joke. Of course, I found that was a lie. I don't know who this Belle Delphine is. I haven't looked up. That's the one. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't looked her up yet. I have looked up Krista Nova. I've done a little research on her. She definitely gonna be in it. Martina Marcota. I think I looked her up. And so them the names that I have tentatively right now. So I definitely add more as needed. Once again, this is the part that makes me laugh. Listen to Tree Goblin. Tree Goblin says this. My friend Tree Goblin. He says, did Vicky get the invite? I don't know who none of these girls are. I don't know Vicky. But then Linkovich laughs. He laughs at Tree Goblin because I guess Linkovich knows who she is. Then your boy Yeti came in and says, hey, Jay. Tree Goblin does an emoji. I don't know what he's looking at. But then he writes, Vicky might not want to. And that's what makes me laugh. You act like these girls are entering the contest, Tree Goblin. They don't. If I knew who she was and I wanted to put her in the competition, like I'd put her in the competition, but I don't know who she is, so I can't just voluntarily enter somebody I don't know. But when you say stuff like that, like somebody was telling me that same thing with the Krista Nova girl. I don't know if Krista wants to be in it. Wait a minute, guys. No offense. This is the competition. This is a hypothetical competition I'm throwing. I'm not asking people if they want to be in it. This is just me doing it. Once I get the name, I look at who they are, and guess what? They don't get the chance to tell me that I'm not in the competition. You don't know. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like I knock on their door and say, hey, can I judge your vagina? No, I'm putting you in the competition because I want to put you in there. Tree Goblin says the Joker Rest might be interested. Not sure who that is either. But either way, I tell you one thing. If any of y'all out there can think of other names, send them to me at dogkinghefner@yahoo.com. You can even comment on my videos if you feel like it's somebody that I might want to put in the competition, or you can hit me up on Twitter or something, Instagram, anything like that. Now, if you send me a message on Instagram or something, or Twitter, I might not get to you that quick because I be passing right over those most of the times. But if you drop a comment, I'm sure to see that. So with all that said, that been the damn rundown. It's been a hell of a time. I love all you guys. Appreciate you all for tuning in. But I think me and Arsenal is finna get ready to let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday. We finna check out some anime. We're gonna check out probably 1 or 2 episodes of One Piece. Then I'm gonna go to sleep, wake up, do my prayers, and start the rest of the day off. But just to give y'all a rundown on animes again, of what you can look at: Naruto, One Piece, My Hero Academia, Sword Out Online, Black Clover, um, Inuyasha. You know, a couple of my other friends on here have suggested, and I know a lot of you probably know about that if you know about anime, Cowboy Bebop. I never really got into it. I saw 1 or 2 episodes, so I'm gonna try to get back into that. It was something else that was suggested earlier, other than Cowboy Bebop. Man, a couple of good ones. Slipping my mind right now. Slipping my mind. So, but with all that said, love you guys. But I think we're gonna cut out right now. I don't see any more questions. So it's been me, J. King Hefner. J. King Hefner. I said my own name wrong. And the beautiful Eyes of the Moon. We finna exit stage left. Hope you guys had a great time. And we want you to enjoy your weekend. Tomorrow we got Reset Sundays. And guess what? Them Grizzlies play tomorrow. They play. No, not tomorrow. They play Saturday. They play Saturday. I mean, they play Sunday. No, Sunday is tomorrow. Wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, Sunday is tomorrow. So, yeah, I got my Reset Sundays coming tomorrow. Then we got the Grizzly game. So, yeah, it's going to be going down, baby. So, with all that said, we are out of here. Love you guys.